Very good morning to all of you. Uh, Very warm welcome to the Science of Mind Club. And the Science of Mind Club is about sharing and helping each other to navigate your journey on the leadership and becoming a better version of yourself day by day. So, generally, the format is that I start by sharing some of the positive quotes, positive thoughts, and we think about those thoughts and also reflect because Sunday is a very good day to kind of mindfully reflect on how do we want to structure our life. And this particular series which is going on currently, what we are doing is we are talking about self-coaching. Very interesting concept. Self-coaching means that whatever you need to grow in your journey as a leader, as an entrepreneur, as a person, it is all within your reach. Okay, so it started with a very beautiful thought, which is that your learning is everywhere, the life lessons are everywhere, the world is a classroom, and life is a teacher. Okay, so I have collated in the last 20 years some of the very nice nuggets of wisdom that I got from my teachers, my mentors, and great coaches that I met in my journey. And I am now sharing some of them in a bite-sized way. Bite-size means that we do not cover a lot of content in one go. We just take a chunk of it, take a small bit of it, and we apply it to use. Because anything that I share, it can be a good information to you, but it will only become knowledge when you put it into practice. So it's not our job to kind of do 20 books or do thousand of courses. No, every week if we just mindfully focus on one topic, it will be good enough, and we as a coach to ourselves can help ourselves become a better version of ourselves. Okay, so it's a leadership journey, I would say. So starting with the leadership quote, that leadership is service. So this is actually a true service that you are doing to yourself as well as to others, because this world needs more leaders. This world needs better coaches. So when you become better, you will be doing a great service to people around you. This world needs great leaders and coaches, and that's how you can make this world a beautiful place. And coaching is a sacred space, which means that whenever somebody is connecting with you and when you are connecting and sharing something with others, it's a very sacred space where you can share things that can make the other person better. Okay, so that is my thought process on this work, leadership, coaching, and absolutely a transformational journey. And when we go ahead on this journey, we realize that it is about pausing in our everyday life. Somebody said that if you continue to run the race of life and if you do not pause and do not think and do not reflect, how will you do certain things which will be taking you to new directions? Okay. So this pause is a very important aspect of our life. Taking a pause, thinking about our life, mindfully deciding and strategizing that how do you want your life to be better. So stillness is a strategy. Okay. So yesterday was the International Yoga Day. People say initially when they saw yoga that why people are just sitting cross-legged, why they are just keeping quiet. I would say that it is a very powerful activity when you sit in silence, when you sit in a mindful awareness. You get a lot of amazing thoughts, amazing ideas. Or sometimes it is just connecting with the presence, with the breath, with being alive. Even that is a very positive thing. So that is what we want to share with you, that stillness is a strategy. Take that moment of stillness in your life, and in your life you'll always have a choice. Okay, so one choice can be taking you into one direction, one can be other direction, but the biggest choice that you have is either you live by the values or you live with your excuses. Okay, so both you, Abhinav and Karthik, I really appreciate that you had a choice this Sunday morning. You could have been elsewhere. You could have been, a lot of people. There were almost 20 people who registered. So some of them, they made a choice that okay, let me just doze off. Let me just sleep for some more time. But you chose to be here. Okay, and I really honor that. That's the reason why I said that I honor and appreciate that decision, because in your life you will go ahead in your life depending on your choices, depending on the decisions that you take. So it is a very, very powerful activity, the choice of taking our life in the right decision. And that is the crux of self coaching. And that is where self coaching can help you help yourself make the right choices. Now, when we have spoken about stillness, we have spoken about choices, something very important is the purpose. So, in our life, we show up with a lot of passion. Okay, passion is that lot of energy. But that energy, if it is getting scattered in different directions, it will not lead you to the right objective. For example, today, if you have a good car, has got full petrol tank in it. It is all ready. You have got everything. You can just sit on the car. But if you don't know where you have to go, then no matter how better the car is, the energy of the car is, the gas in the car is, you will be just going here and there. So it is important that we understand that the passion will fuel your growth. But what will sustain your growth is the purpose. Now, this purpose is your goal, the purpose is your longer vision, how you want to become a better person day by day, how do you want to become a successful professional. That purpose will finally align that, okay, yes, this is where I'm going day by day. Maybe not all the days will be the same, but even in the days which are not so good, your purpose will give you that energy. Okay. So it is important in our life, we should have a vision, we should have a purpose. As one of the leaders that I admire, Simon Sinek, he says that start with why, because that why is very, very important. Your finding your purpose is very, very important. And to both of you and to the listeners who will be tuning into our YouTube channel and listening to this recorded lesson, always remember, you know, the fact that you are listening to this, the fact you are here on this Sunday, the fact you are taken time out to work on your growth, it means that you want born to fit in. You are here to ignite change. There is something about you which means that you are somebody who is invested in growth. You are somebody who wants to grow. And that is the whole idea of this community and this platform. So I created this platform, Self Mastery Zone, because I know that there are people, there are learners around who want to become better day by day. And the Science of Mind community I created only with the reason that yes, there can be a community of people who are getting benefited by the mind sciences like psychology, neurolinguistic programming, and they can add a lot of value to their life and to the life of those around you. So you have this fire in you. Don't let go of this fire. Always rekindle that fire. Be passionate about learning. And with that message, let's welcome you to this community called Science of Mind Club. And we are talking about science of coaching, how coaching is very, very powerful exercise. There are 7 classes that have already happened. And all those classes I have nicely documented in a playlist format on YouTube. My reason of doing it is because of these two people. Okay. We have Thich Nhat Hanh. Thich Nhat Hanh was a Vietnamese monk and he wrote 70 plus books. And in all throughout his life, he was talking about mindfulness, helping people, calm themselves, come back to their present moment, have a mindful life. That was his mission. And Marshall Goldsmith is the world's number one coach, executive coach, and happy to share that he's my mentor on my coaching journey. Just because of these two thought leaders, I thought that whatever I have learned as a gratitude, I will be sharing it with others. So this Science of Mind community is a platform where we will come together every Sunday and we'll share ideas. Sometimes, if you want to reach out to me, you can scan the QR code, you can join this club. And the benefit is we will be gradually, slowly, but steadily helping each other to have a very, very strong understanding of human psychology neuro-linguistic programming, and mindfulness. Why these three things I have chosen? Because this is all about the mindset. Okay, so in your life, your mindset will decide that what will be the skills you will attain, what will be the tools that you will attain, and the kind of life you will live. Okay, this is the real difference that will make the actual difference in your life, because any kind of a success is not outside in, it is always inside out. That's the reason why my purpose, my mission is to give you all those techniques which can help you become a better person. If there is a struggle that you are facing, if let's say there is a question that you have that I can answer, or there is a technique on self coaching or neuro linguistic programming that can help you, that is my job on this Sunday morning. And I can reach out to people who can benefit from this, just like the way how I have benefited. So it's in a way, we are just sharing with each other. And if you're still curious, I would say that every Sunday you come, you join this. It's a free initiative. You don't accept anything what I'm saying, but you apply it yourself and see that how transformational this knowledge is. And finally, if it benefits you, feel free to share with your friends, feel free to share with others. And always stay curious for your growth. Always be very, very curious. This curiosity will help you to grow. I would say the key ingredient or the most important thing for the recipe of success is the curiosity to learn. So always become a learner. Okay? So, talking about today, this is the topic for the day, which is we rise with feet forward. So, last time we discussed that you will be the sum average of 5 people you hang out with, which means in your life, if you are having 5 mentors or 5 teachers or 5 leaders you are hanging out with, your life will be the sum average of those 5 people. And before that, we discussed many topics like accountability, the attitude of gratitude, listening carefully, asking right questions, practicing that mindfulness in our daily life, and setting up powerful intentions. So, this is what we have shared. But I would say the most important aspect of growing is taking a feed forward, taking a feedback. And I somehow don't relate to the term feedback, because it means that it's a criticism or somebody is sharing something which is which they don't like. But feed forward is a different concept. So let me explain what is the feed forward, the meaning of feed forward. The key difference is between why and how. Let's say in your life you are stuck. You can always ask this question: why I'm stuck, why it always happens to me, why all of this. So whenever you keep on thinking why, that kind of a question or that kind of a thought process becomes a downward spiral. And all the answers you get, let's say if I say that, okay, why I'm stuck in my life, I will get n number of reasons, and those reasons can become excuses. But the feed forward technique says that the first thing that we have to ask is how. Okay, with that learning mindset, you ask a question: how I can be better, how I can change this circumstance, how I can learn something. So there is a very, very different frame of mind which can help the right mindset grow. And it is not about the why, but it is about the how. How can I be a better? And you can just fill that. So one golden question that right away I just want to share with this audience is always keep this question: how I can be a better. This is the starting of a very, very interesting journey of self discovery, self mastery, and self confidence. Okay, as Marshall Goldsmith says, feedback looks back, feed forward builds your future. So this is about a choice that how you can build your future. Okay, and you replace criticism with constructive direction. You look out for people who can give you that feed forward. Okay, look for a constructive direction. So there are 2 key rules of feed forward. If you want, you can write it. First rule is learn as much as I can. My rule number 1 is I should learn as much as I can. And rule number 2 is help as much as I can. So there is no judging, there is no criticism, there is no thinking about the past. What has happened in your life. But with this mindset of becoming better, you take a pause, you reach out to 5 people. These 5 people can be mentors, these 5 people can be coaches, these 5 people can be your trusted friends. And with this in mind, that I learn as much as I can and I help as much as I can, you ask that person, my name is, let's say, Anupam, and I want to get better at, let's say the topic I have chosen is communication. And do you have a suggestion? There's 3 things we have to say. That hi, as you know, my name is Anupam. I want to get better at communication. Do you have a suggestion? Now, this powerful line is the structure of feed forward, which means when you ask others not what you are doing wrong, but what you can do better moving forward, that, my friends, is a very, very powerful tip. Okay, it's like putting your ego aside and learning from somebody whom you feel can give you something nice for your growth. And this is a very, very powerful self-coaching tool. A lot of great leaders, they use it. It is very practical, it is encouraging. You get some judgment-free advice. This is positive, fast, and focused. Okay, so you pick one behavior, one thing that you want to learn, one thing you want to change, and you choose 4 to 5 people, and you tell them that, hey, you know what, I want to be better at this. I'm not asking for something that I did wrong in the past, something that is absolutely wrong, which I can't change, but I would love some ideas, I would love some thoughts from your side for changing the future. And then you listen very, very carefully. As in the last section, I gave you a listening technique which is called the deep listening, generative listening, and you become a deep listener and you say thank you. This process requires a lot of humility, courage, and this is the cornerstone of self-coaching, that wherever you are in your life has brought you to this point because you were better, but what got you here won't take you there. So you can be more. Okay, so whatever is that area, that field, that aspect on which you want to coach yourself, you have to reach out to 4 or 5 people, you have to ask a question. It can be a behavior, it can be a skill, and you can tell them that I want to be better at it. Do you have any suggestions or ideas for the future? And you capture all these ideas. You become like, a person who is on the hunt of great ideas. So a key question that I want to also ask this group is that what future advice would I offer myself? Okay, which means that if you ask this question to yourself, that what future advice would you offer to yourself if you are your own mentor? Okay, so long time back, I asked this question to myself. And that time I was like 5 years in an organization and my career was also stuck. So one fine day after I saw that, okay, things are not moving my way, I just sat down, I reflected, and I called up this friend of mine, and he was like a little bit elder to me, and he was my manager that time, and very, very helpful person. And now he's in Canada. His name is Sam. So I called up Sam and I said, Sam, I feel somewhat stuck in my career. What should I do? So Sam asked me this question. He said that, Anupam, had you been your own coach, what future advice would you have offered yourself? And I thought for a moment that, oh my God, I'm reaching so many people, but there is a lot of good ideas with me as well. So my idea would have been, let me do, this particular certification, or let me learn this particular thing. And he said, very good. If you think that this is something that can add value to your future, you should do it now. Okay. So always remember that to grow is to imagine who you can become. It is not about repairing who you have already been. I'm also a psychologist. A lot of people who are psychologists, they just sit and they just ask people about what has gone wrong in the past. Self-coaching exercise is not about past. It is about how we can create a future that works for us. Okay? So to recap, friends, few things that I have shared on this small sharing. Number one, in your life, always have a how question, that how I can be better. Wherever your mind says that, oh, why this happened in my life, why this, why I'm so stuck, always ask how I can be unstuck, how I can be better. Look for a constructive direction. Look for 5 mentors or people who can give you that direction with a lot of humility, courage, keeping the ego aside. With the two rules that I said, learn as much as you can, help as much as you can. You ask these people, hey, I am not looking for any feedback on the past, I am not looking for any criticism, but my name is so and so, I want to be better in so and so. Do you have a suggestion or an idea that I can implement? You evaluate those ideas, you choose which of these ideas you want to put into practice, and you become better day by day. You can be more. Okay? And sometimes you also take that pause to think about what is one advice that you want to offer to yourself. That was my sharing. This is the eighth concept that we are sharing, and we are building it brick by brick, concept by concept. And there are 21 such concepts that I'll share with you. And today, on the eighth concept, we have shared with you that how we can rise with FeedForward. Okay, so this is a journey. This is a wonderful journey. It's not about thinking of life as a setback or just stopping at any setback. It's about looking at where we can find that growth opportunity. So, if any of these ideas you like, you share it with others, you take care of your parents, keep on learning because learning is fun. And as we have few friends online with us, I give this opportunity to them to ask any question that they have on the topic that I have shared. So, Karthik, Abhinav, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask.
No, sir, not much. I think the points you said I was already thinking, but now I have a little clarification what I think, what how I should plan next steps. But I think it's okay. It's enough for now.
Thank you. Abhinav, anything from your side?
Yeah. Hello, Anupam. Thank you very much for everything you have shared today. Firstly, a very good morning to you. So, everything you have shared, everything you told me, it's something I related a lot, and I'm going through a very different state in my life. It's just I am, I kind of feel like I'm stuck in my career, and the reason is that I am a very I am I it is very difficult for me to say no. I don't, maybe it's because of my nurturing, or maybe this is how I had grown up, and this is something this is the reason why I'm facing a lot in my corporate journey. I've been working for around 4 years, but I still am not able to present myself as a good leader, maybe you can say, of somebody people can, really trust on. Because I'm the kind of person who try to make sure that everybody is happy, everybody is going with their ideas. So and I try to get suggestions on this, that what can I do. Most of the times people are the way people say me to conduct my life is something I'm not able to accept. Like they say in terms of power play, they say you don't have to be very good to people. It's the world is very animalistic. Somebody like you are either a survivor or you are a beast. And these are the kind of terms I'm not able to relate a lot. I do not see my life, my world in that way.
Correct.
So yeah.
Uh,
So yeah, so the thing is, yeah, please carry on.
no,
Then I
go
will.
ahead, go ahead, complete your thought.
Yeah, so I am working on myself. I am working on my skill set part, but I'm still not able to have that courage in myself. I tried meditation. I there was a time I was doing meditation a lot at some point in my life, like in this year. But now I am not able to do meditation also, maybe because of the stress, maybe because of so this cycle keeps coming back, and I don't know, like every time I'm not a very introvert person. I am a very talkative person, but it really happens with me that from whenever I come back from meetings, from networking events, sometimes I feel like, have I said something wrong? Have I, should I have not said anything like this? Should I have contacted other person in any other way? So there's a lot of self introspection is going on, but in a very negative sense.
Got it.
So this keeps happening. Yeah.
Got it. Got it. Thank you for sharing your ideas and your thoughts, Abhinav. I respect that. And the place where you are in life, okay, I would say that despite
Mm-hmm.
of all the odds, still you are in a very
Mm-hmm.
positive zone, okay, because I hear a very authentic person in you. I hear somebody who is, not just running after one tactic or one way of doing it. No, and you have to find your own way, Abhinav. I
Mm-hmm.
absolutely resonate with your idea that yes. And just to take a step back, Abhinav, this is exactly what we are saying. You
Mm-hmm.
shouldn't look for n number of ideas, but there is a wisdom that lies within you. Okay, so currently maybe the situation is so challenging that you're thinking, why this, why that? But now let's start with a shift. Let's start with how we can do things differently. Okay, and I think if you are tuned into that frequency of growth mindset, some people call it learning mindset, some people call it becoming better day by day, whatever, but this is a discovery.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so my 2 cents of advice to you, or 2 things, because I was on a similar journey. I was on a similar track, maybe
Okay.
little ahead in the story than you, but I had my own
Okay.
challenges. It was not that I always was doing all this. And there
Mm-hmm.
are times, so there are rhythms of life, there are seasons of life. Sometimes you have to honor the season which is different. Okay, and you have to prepare
Okay.
in that season. Okay? So definitely, it is like seasons. The picture that we have is something growing. So yes, growth will happen. Do not expect that if you sow today in this season, you will reap in the same season. No. Sometimes all your struggles, all your challenges, they are maybe preparing you for something far better in your leadership story. Okay. So I would say be patient. Sowing season and reaping season cannot be same. Honor your season. Okay. The second thing I want to share is, Abhinav, as you shared a little bit about your journey, that you are 4 years in the experience, 4 5 years. I would say in the starting phase, seek for learning opportunities,
Mm-hmm.
seek for the mentors, and seek for the right mentors. If there is a person who is kind of always giving you an advice of doing power play, and the world is a war and you have to prepare, no, you have to align with your energy, you have to align with your thoughts, values for the most important. You have to find the right mentors and right guides in this journey. Okay, that will be a game changer. Okay, and as a kind of a token of respect to my own mentors, what I also do is that I also kind of do some sort of coaching over the weekends. So feel free, if I can drop my
Yeah.
email address, and probably if you look forward for
Mm-hmm.
discussing it with somebody, I'll say, not as a coach but even as a friend, I'll be more than happy to share more with you.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay. All right, friends. So I would say that keep on learning, keep on growing. This is a very, very good space that you are in. Just by the fact that you are uh, calling in on this Sunday morning and ready to learn, it means that you are absolutely aligned to become a better version of yourself. And if there is anything that I can do to contribute to your journey, I would be more than happy. And I'll just drop my email on the chat so that if any of you wants to get some inputs, you can do that. Okay, and feel free to reach out. This is all pro bono work. I'm just doing it as a gratitude to people whom I have learned from and I have gathered these
Mm-hmm.
ideas from. And the only thing is that you pay it forward as well to those around you.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
Right then, thank you for your time. I wish you a great Sunday ahead. Have a nice day and see you
You
next
too.
time.
Yeah.